UEFA Cup semi-final between Barcelona and Liverpool. Your commentary team, Trevor Brooking and Barry Davis.
Well, the crowds here for the UEFA Cup have been a little disappointing. Locals from Barcelona don't expect to see their side in this competition. That's David Moores, the chairman of Liverpool. And plenty of smiling faces around the crowd, but the contrast this evening, we're going to have a pretty good house. The 5 tiers of this wonderful stadium are certainly well peopled. The very top has a few empty spaces, but the atmosphere is the sort that one has come to expect on this ground. Barcelona only once winners of the Champions Cup, it was then known as the European Cup. They won it at Wembley, and they beat Sampdoria, Ronald Koeman scoring the only goal. 4 times winners of the Cup Winners' Cup, 3 times winners of the Fairs Cup, and twice of the Super Cup. As you can see, Liverpool in white. Everywhere else there is colour. The traditional handshakes, and let's check on the 2 teams. The Barcelona side of familiar names from recent World Cups and European Championships. 4 Spanish internationals, 4 Dutch, 1 Brazilian, Gabri and the 18-year-old goalkeeper, the only players without a full cap. Rivaldo and Kluivert we've heard about, but the roles of Marc Overmars, the former Arsenal player, and the long-time Spanish international Luis Enrique will also have exercised the mind of Gerard Houllier.
Well, just played the 6 games. Of course, they came out of the Champions League, so 6 in the UEFA Cup. They've not failed to score in those. It's those attacking quartet. Overmars has been in excellent form recently. He and Luis Enrique give them the width. Guardiola and Cocu try to protect the back 4. It is a bit vulnerable to pace, and also at the back, Reina, number 35, just a young 18-year-old, very talented, but a big test for him this evening.
Liverpool show just 1 change from Saturday's lineup, which for half an hour produced the best form probably of Houlier's reign. Steven Gerrard's goal, a contender for goal of the season, and his form now and that of Michael Owen, who replaces Robbie Fowler, major factors in the final outcome.
Well, I think, as the lad said up front, Heskey and Owen's pace was the key for their selection. We've got Gerrard on the right. I think he might be needed to gang up and help Babel out with Overmars. Danny Murphy then would be in the centre, where they played at the weekend against Manchester United. The back 4 and Westerveld absolutely vital. Just 5 goals conceded in 10 European ties says a lot for the defensive record, and that is going to be tested this evening.
Teams changing ends, and it's quite a cool evening. Yesterday was a pleasant spring day, but the sun has been conspicuous by its absence today. Very overcast. All the officials tonight come from Germany. There's Puyol. It's won 1 cap this season for Spain. Michael Owen will be testing him for pace and a bit more. The usual huddle, reprised by our Spanish director, and away we go. And here is Sergi Guardiola. Long ball from Frank de Boer, finding Rivaldo. And here is Kluivert. Hoopier to him. And Carragher to Luis Enrique. Every Liverpool player in his own half.
Just a quick look at the Liverpool midfield suggests that Gerrard is actually going to play in the centre alongside Harman, and it's Danny Murphy's playing on the right, so let's hope that Babel can cope with Overmars.
Guardiola. Rivaldo. Happens even to the famous underneath the studs. Frank de Boer reaches his Dutch colleague, Kluivert, and the free kick is given for the challenge by Harman.
Harman got an important role. Rivaldo in particular likes to drop a little bit deeper off the back four, and you won't want Hoopier or Oncho coming all the way with him, and they'll just pass them on even to Harman or the likes of Gerrard.
It's Mark Overmars, who had a storming game on Sunday against Las Palmas. He's been in very good form for his new club. Came in the summer from Arsenal, of course. Manu Petit, incidentally, among the substitutes, the other former Arsenal player. He hasn't had quite the same fortune as his colleague who made the same journey. Sergi. Managing to hold off the challenge. The left foot of Rivaldo seeking Overmars and finding him. Double cover. Murphy intercepted. Puyol. Guardiola, sitting player for Barcelona. According to Rivaldo, the best player of that role in the world. Said to be back at his best form after having a long spell out with injury, which cost him his place in the Spanish side in the World Cup. Sergi. De Boer. Rather wrong all these days, of course, with the Rangers. Scotland. It's Kluivert. Gabri. Kluivert. A push and pull. And the referee calls it in favour of Liverpool. Kluivert complains.
Tackle on Kluivert was again Harman there. It's Harman and Gerrard who making most of the tackles, and Kluivert and Rivaldo when they drop deep, so Hoopier and Oncho very much in reserve if they're needed later on. So good, encouraging start, not giving anything to give the home fans any encouragement.
Well up by Puyol. Liverpool for the first time in the match. Having encountered in the final third from their viewpoint. Just short of the 6-yard line. Here's Rivaldo, putting Guardiola on a little bit of pressure.
I wouldn't have said thanks very much for a ball there, just on the edge of the penalty area.
I suppose the attitude was, well, I think you're the best player, so I'll give you the ball just so you can prove it. Samuel Heskey. Luis Enrique. Plenty of time for the recovery by Jamie Carragher. Puyol. Luis Enrique. Sergi. Puyol. Overmars appearing in the middle, but ball didn't get through the back line. Very quiet opening to the game. Liverpool won't complain too much about that. Here's Puyol. Cargo with a bit of time to bring it forward. Luis Enrique goes to beat him. Harman, Hupia. Seems to have added to the rinse a bit. Looks a bit fairer than the last time I saw him. Looking down from tier 5, it's quite useful to be able to pick him up along the beacon. Murphy didn't quite do what he meant to do. Bit of a dive in by Oncho. Rivaldo. Sergi. Guardiola. Cocu. 42nd match. Barcelona playing against an English team in Europe. They've been beaten 11 times, only once on their own patch, and that by Liverpool in exactly this stage of the UEFA Cup 25 years ago, when John Toshak scored the only goal. It was 1-1 at Anfield, and Liverpool went on to win the trophy. Osho. Harman. Referee Helmut Krug just looking on and allowing that to continue. Another man quick with his whistle, but quick on the ball here is Heskey. Not comfortably away by Frank de Boer.
He's on his weaker right side. Emil Heskey's popped up a couple of times down that left flank. Gabri, the right back, likes to get forward, not quite so strong defensively, and so Emil Heskey with his pace and strength might fancy his chances.
Talking of pace, I don't think there's a current goalkeeper at top level who's quicker off his line than this man.
And he's had a good run of form, you know, 1 or 2 doubts, wasn't it, the first half of the season, but he's come back strongly, made some vital saves in recent games.
Guardiola. De Boer. Sergi. De Boer wants it back. Cocu. Travel back to Oncho. Murphy. Cocu. Overmars. Kluivert just inside the box. Luis Enrique far side. This is Rivaldo. Tried a little flick to Kluivert, which didn't come off. Sergi. First sense of threat there.
Yeah, just lost the ball, didn't they, in midfield? Danny Murphy. Babel was outside him, and Overmars then got released down the left for 1-against-1 with Oncho. Decided not to take him on, squared it to Rivaldo, but the little 1-2 broke down.
It's on the left, and it hit Oncho. But I need to say, it was the left of Rivaldo. Spanish international manager Camacho in the crowd there. Didn't really hit it that cleanly, but it took the deflection. Barcelona corner. Our first. Hit quite long. Harman gets it away rather rapidly. anxiously too, to tell the truth. Nice little nod, Luis Enrique. The nod from Rivaldo, not matched by the quality of shot. Came off the outside of Luis Enrique's boot.
Just starting to probe away. Overmars got the ball, clipped it in to Rivaldo, and good little knockdown. There's a header, cushioned one, set up quite nicely. Luis Enrique favours his right. He can use both, but it just scuffed the outside of it, never looked threatening.
Rupia. Guardiola. Gabri. Jose Manuel Reina came through the Barcelona youth system, although he was actually born in Madrid, and he's keeping goal in the same goal that was once occupied by his father. Rather a telegraph pass by Sergi. Gerrard hasn't actually seen too much of the ball yet, but he's waving his arms around a lot, saying where it should go, and he's got it back now. This is Oncho. Whistles because Liverpool keeping possession. Westerveld. Puyol. A little bit overzealous, over keen, Carragher. Ball was curling a little bit, made contact with man before reaching ball.
He's played well in recent weeks, Jamie Carragher. Not his sort of obvious position. He's not a natural left footer, but he's certainly been very solid, good defensively. And certainly helped their defensive record and settled in that position, keeping the likes of Ziga, who's sitting on the bench this evening, out of the team.
Fifth time in 6 ties that Liverpool have been drawn away. First, one away against Rapid Bucharest, Slovan Liberec and Roma, and drew against Olympiacos and Porto, the only defeat in their run. Came at home. Looking again at the little flick by Rivaldo, which didn't quite find Claubert. Puyol. Overmars makes the run in. Sergi replaces him on the left side here, number 12. Rivaldo, around whom most things revolve. That's a nice ball. Guardiola to Luis Enrique. Rupia. A little bit casual there. Now let the run off his shins. Rivaldo. Only 8 days ago, since Rivaldo was very disappointing playing for Brazil against Ecuador. Beat them in a World Cup qualifying game. Reverberation still going around in South America. Well, again, back in numbers. Rupia with the clearance.
Yeah, it's a slight problem. They got so many numbers back. When Rupia got pressurised, he just knocked it upfield, and again they just give it back to Barcelona. Mustn't do too much of that.
Owen hasn't seen much of it. Good play, Guardiola. Finds Kluivert. 3 inside him. 3 more in a rank behind him. This is the widest of those, Gabri. Guardiola. Sergi. Overmars. Inside bubble. Puyol. Fairly relaxed so far, Gerard Houllier. Team coming here with lots of confidence. Puyol. Curious that both Barcelona and Real Madrid should have such a young goalkeeper. Sergi. Cocu. Kluivert. Heskey deep, number 8. Guardiola. Babel's clearance. Robbie Fowler. There were 2 substitutes warming up for Liverpool. Always a useful tactic, if that's the right word. Tends to gee up a few who are on the pitch. Guardiola, most things starting from him. Sergi. That's nicely done. Overmars. Disappointing cross. Danny Murphy, very relaxed about things.
Well, first time Overmars got behind Babel. He did that so regularly for Arsenal, and I've got to say, quite often the final ball wasn't good then either, but he's so quick. At the moment, I think, yeah, Liverpool defending, where you can see Heskey now closing the right back Gabri down. He's almost playing a left winger, Michael Owen, right out by himself, and has hardly had a touch, because Liverpool, you know, probably as defensive as I've seen them away from home, and let's see if it works.
And here's Overmars again. Just delayed a little bit with the shot, and Hoopier comes out with it. Had to work hard. That's a foul. Gabri desperate to get there before Heskey. But Overmars jinking inside, having an opportunity. It's Guardiola who's warming the air. But, referee Helmut Krug not impressed.
Certainly Houllier has looked at the strengths of Barcelona and almost marked them down throughout his team, but what it has meant that they've looked pretty sort of short when it goes forward to Michael Owen, and they've given possession away quite easily. Although at the moment you've got to say they haven't sort of conceded a clear-cut opening to Barcelona. They've defended pretty comfortably themselves.
This time the foul is by Heskey. Puyol. Referee, incidentally, Helmut Krug, was in charge of the game in the Champions League when Barcelona lost here to Milan, which was the beginning of the end, really, for them in the first group of the European Champions League. They lost out second place to Leeds United, who prospered since. And great start. Also, Mr. Krug was a referee a year ago when Leeds played in Turkey against Galatasaray. Here's Guardiola. The white boots of Kluivert. Puyol. Barcelona starting from the centre circle. Back line is pushed right up. We've got possession, one over the top for Owen to chase. Might be interesting. Kluivert. Cooper's challenge and a good one. Hammond delaying when he didn't really need to. And putting his head down to recover the position bravely.
Yeah, to defend Harmon, they won the possession very well, but when they look up then, they're so little on Barry, they just dwelt and thought, well, how can I knock it forward? And they're ending up then having to knock it square or tight to each other, and that enables Barcelona to get a tackle in. And if they knock it long, then they've squandered possession again, and that's been the pattern of the game so far.
First nod on by Heskey, but no chance for Owen to collect. Reina so far having, by and large, a pretty long-distance view of the match. Here's Sergi, Rivaldo. "30 goals this season, Rivaldo. It's 2 against Celta Vigo in the quarter-finals, and the away leg proving decisive. That's how they came through on the away goals rule against their fellow Spaniards. Now Berger, no danger. Reina was quick enough and always intent on using his feet. In pretty receptive mood for the home side. Rivaldo, Luis Enrique, Kluivert. Good running along the line by Kluivert, but not a good ball in. And Laurent Serra Ferrer, the coach here this season, not too impressed with that. Took over from Van Gaal. Team hasn't changed very much, still big Dutch influence. Currently in 4th place in the championship, battling for place in the Champions League. At the same points as Valencia, 5 behind Deportivo La Coruña, 10 behind Real Madrid. Okay, conceded by Babel. Guardiola to take. Hugh so far is on the far side of the penalty spot. Rivaldo right up on the 6-yard line. Not too much movement, and for a change in the penalty area, not too much push and shove at the moment. And it was curled well to the far post, and the corner follows, which Guardiola will also take.
There's good ball, curling in towards the goal, deep beyond Westerveld. Good defending at the back post there by Babel.
Knocked down from Heskey. Sergi. Caught slightly in 2 minds, was a bit fortunate. Hupia. Berger forward on the left, Owen further forward, but Piol able to intercept with a reasonable amount of comfort. Philip Cuckoo. De Boer. Loves those long raking passes. Man who supplied the ball to Dennis Bergkamp for the best goal of the '98 World Cup. I must say. Kluivert. Whistles for what I think was Guardiola's first mistake of the match.
He's been the outstanding player on the pitch. Having said that, he's the anchor man in midfield. He's getting the ball off the defence and is spreading the play superbly, but you're quite right, that was his first error.
Owen. Free kick is being given against Owen.
Right, Smiley. Touch just let him down there. difficult for Michael, and as I say, he's very much up by himself. And of course, a bit of frustration there, but he's playing a different role, isn't he, from his England one, where he's the withdrawn role. Lots of people say his best role is right up and utilising that pace, but tonight he's going to find it very difficult. Just got to keep his concentration, and when the one or two opportunities come his way, he's just got to try and make them tell.
Guardiola. Cocu. Sergi. Overmars down the touchline, but closely marked by Babel. This is Cocu trying to dink it up. Possession is being pretty frequently conceded, as you said, Trevor, with no outlets. So back comes the Barcelona attack in various forms. Not one of the better balls that Rivaldo has ever played. Patrick Berger came back into the side on Saturday after a long time out with injury, back to November. Fourth official waving back, manager and his number 2, Phil Thompson.
Not too much to get excited about anyway for them. I'm sure they're very content, but it's almost cat and mouse, isn't it, to attack against defence.
Luis Enrique.
I think, you know, tactically everything at the moment's going well. It's just over 90 minutes. It just needs one lapse, and what scoreline I wouldn't want Barcelona to take to Anfield is a 1-0 victory. Then I think it'd be very touch. And you know, even Gerard Julia's saying, look, I think we're getting sucked too deep and not getting in out of our own half, and I think that is a concern. Over the 90-minute period, I just think with the quality of Barcelona, they'll create the 1 or 2 chances, and if they convert one of them, then 1-0 I think is a bad result.
Here's Owen. And the theory is that they're suspect at the back, Barcelona, but the back has not been tested in any way yet. And we're in the 28th minute of the match. Gerrard. Owen. Kirku. Harmon. Good ball. Heskey. Good running. Berger. Now 2 arriving in the middle. And it has to be put away, because Danny Murphy was coming up outside Sergi. First corner for Liverpool, and the first concerted attack, I think it's not unfair to say.
That was a good break, patient one. Heskey released Berger. Good early cross. Michael Owen hadn't quite got in there. Danny Murphy couldn't quite get far enough forward to pick it up at the back post. Sergi, though, conceding a corner kick, and Liverpool got some decent height in there.
2 on the goal line, 4 to come from further back. Not comfortably defended. And that will have been pretty painful, I think. Hoopier in the challenge gets a reprimand, Murphy rather in the challenge gets a reprimand from the referee. Sergi is the injured party. Guardiola. Puyol. Started these semi-finals of the UEFA Cup. Barcelona quoted at 13-8 favourites, with Liverpool's second favourites at 9-4. Huge amount of European experience between the two, in contrast to the other semi-final between Alaves and Kaiserslautern. Puyol. Guardiola. Just touched Rivaldo. Well left by Heskey. A little bit short though. The ball back to Carragher. Bit of a knock then, Heskey. Murphy. Babel. Overmars. Just the presence of the feet of Gerrard forced a very quick back pass. Abri. Rivaldo.
Well, it is like a training ground where you've got a side working on their defensive part of their game, staying in their half, which Liverpool are doing very well at the moment. Barcelona probing away, but not throwing sufficient men forward, I think, you know, to really open up Liverpool as yet, which they will have to do possibly as the game progresses. But at the moment, I think the game plan is working, and it still works, of course, if you can keep them goalless.
Rivaldo. Owen. Gerrard. You were criticised by Alan Hansen for mentioning it wouldn't be 0-0. Yesterday at the press conference, Gerard Houllier said, well, the two teams, when you look at them, you can't see it being a scoreless match. It might be 5-5, but then added, football's a funny game.
He didn't tell us he was going to play Yamo Heskey left wing in almost a wing-back role.
Rivaldo, good challenge by Ancho. First tackle of the match so far. Luis Enrique, it's wandered in from the flank.
Gabri here, the right back, was motoring forward at every opportunity of Sunday against Las Palmas, and with Heskey out there, you know, they're keeping him in under control, but of course it is restricting Heskey from an attacking point of view.
Kluivert. Goal kick. Here it is, Gabri, 22 years old, came through the youth system. Referee decided just to let that happen as the shot from Kluivert, which followed, was no danger to anybody other than members of the crowd behind the goal. A little push by Heskey. Babel. Babel will have rather mixed memories of this ground. Won here in the semi-final of the UEFA Cup for Bayern Munich in '96, along with Hamann and Christian Ziege. But Babel was also in the Bayern side, which lost here in the Champions Cup to Manchester United. Final played at the Nou Camp.
A few groans for Serge's pass there, but Overmars went as if he was going to go over the top behind Babel, then dropped short, and Serge looked down and chipped it over the top, and that, I think, probably sums up the opening, 35 minutes. Plenty of possession at the back and in midfield, but in the attacking third for both sides, a lack of a killer pass.
It was a piece of entertainment, very much too cagey to set the passers racing. A lot at stake. The crowd beginning to be a little impatient, and Liverpool will be pleased to hear that reaction. That was just to confirm, in case anybody had any doubt about it, the referee was right to give a free kick against Heskey a few moments ago.
I think Rivaldo has dropped deeper and deeper in the last 10 minutes, which again shows his frustration that And I think the deeper he goes, obviously, the less danger there is for Liverpool, because almost on occasions their back four has only got Kluivert to bark, and it's Arman and Gerrard who are doing most of the tackles.
I have to say too, Trevor, there's no great pace so far about the Barcelona attack. Pushed around, probing for the openings. Change of pace would be a better expression. Sergi, Rivaldo. Goku. De Boer. Guardiola. Cut out by Gerrard. Luis Enrique. And again. This is to Rivaldo. Tries with his right. The anticipation could be heard as the ball dropped. Was he going to hit it first time with his left? Decided against it. Probably regrets now that he didn't try there. Made an opening for himself, and then it was a bit of a scuffer of a right foot shot, wasn't it?
Yeah, Cuckoo had run beyond him, and Noncho had dropped off worried about him. Then he saw Rivaldo chested down, so had to close him. And actually, once he turned on his right foot, there was possibly less danger. At least he did get a little bit of space there. And certainly Cuckoo and Guardiola, we said, is very impressive in the anchor role, but spreading the play. But Cuckoo hasn't got forward that much. They've got a young 21-year-old, a very talented, creative midfielder, Xavi, who I saw play for the under-21s at Birmingham. He was outstanding, who has been quite often in their team. Might be an option sort of in the second half if they haven't opened up Liverpool.
Played on Sunday when Guardiola was rested. Goku. Liverpool all goal side by Michael Owen. Sergi. Rivaldo.
Well, a good little ball through the legs to get past him. Gerrard, it's a long way out though, isn't it, to shoot from there? But he's the one player, Rivaldo, who's got some lovely little intricate skills. There he is, and it's Haman, in fact, and you know, then he just gets his sights on goal, doesn't he? Rather than perhaps look for the little 1-2, but he's kept the ball and kept possessions in tight situations. Other than that, Kluivert, Overmars, Luis Enrique, they haven't been able to go past defenders, so it's all been in front of the back four for Liverpool and being very comfortable. And Westerveld probably can't believe his luck at the moment. He's not had a save to make.
Liverpool have a free kick on the edge of the area. Heskey marches past Berger. Arman and Danny Murphy in particular might fancy a crack at this. So far, Overmars clearly too close to the ball, and he's being waved away by Mr. Krug. Backs away with some reluctance. Hupia is in the line with the far post. Owen and Heskey, the other players in the area, and it's Murphy, and it's a corner.
All in keeping with the game, probably. It was a bit of a clip, wasn't it? There wasn't a drive and a follow through to try and whip it over the wall. It was, I think, even if it had cleared it, there would have been plenty of time for Reina to collect.
Hupia comes off the line. It's well taken by the goalkeeper, with Owen coming from goal side of him. Overmars so far has been kept quiet. Just once in behind bubble. That was a testing ball across though. Liverpool not entirely back, now they are. Confident young goalkeeper, good on the floor as well with his feet. De Boer. 30-year-olds now. Rivaldo, Kluivert. And he got it through the legs of Ancho, but didn't threaten. Berger. Puyol coming across. Luis Enrique coming back to help. Very much a favourite. Strange really now to think that he started his career, or at least played a lot of his early career with Real Madrid. Started at Gijón. One of the few players to leave one of the big clubs, or the big club, for the other big club and become a favourite. Luis Figo, of course, has gone the other way. Here's Rivaldo. And he wanted to clean the trigger before firing. Heskey has too much of himself. There's no rain though, so I'm surprised he slipped there. Overmars. The crowd wanting to see something before the half-time whistle. Kluivert, back from Rivaldo. Guardiola. Luis Enrique. Gabri goes to run behind, but Heskey was poised to intercept. It was well covered. No real danger for Westerveld. Koku with his left foot.
All well covered, wasn't it? Again, good defending. Heskey tracked well back with Gabri on the overlap. Luis Enrique couldn't release it, had to come back inside, and again Koku from 25 yards out took a speculative shot and it was wide, and Westerveld covered it. So again, all good.
Foul by Berger. Luis Enrique stays down from him. And he was actually trying to get a little nudge in first, and Berger made sure that he wasn't successful. Couple of minutes to go in the first half, plus a bit of stoppage time, but not much. Knocked away by Carragher. Not quite sure why Westerveld didn't come and take that, but presumably there was a shot. Kluivert. Good strong challenge. Certainly put himself about a bit, Deep Mohammed.
Oh, he does that anchor roll extremely well, and he's got Gerrard alongside him. You know, Kluivert certainly and Rivaldo are dropping deep into their areas. They're getting tackles in, and it's relieving a huge amount of pressure off Oncha and Hufia, and never getting exposed one against one and looking under pressure. And the onus is on Barcelona at home. Liverpool, I'm sure, delighted how the game plan is going. But certainly I fancy Barcelona won't be quite as patient at Anfield, and you always fancy they'll get an away goal.
Koku. Luis Enrique at the back. It's a good climb. Very good defensive header by Carragher. Also, one can admire the different ways Liverpool these days are able to play. Koku. Rivaldo. And Harmon again. And in the start against Manchester United and the way they defended when they were down to 10 men. Defensive style here to deny a team of attacking talent.
Certainly an old style type of Liverpool display, isn't it, or European display, where you actually do defend in numbers and really, you know, track back and try and keep it goalless.
You mean Messrs Hansen and Lawrenson are purring, are they?
They'll just blame me because I predicted goals. That's what it'll be.
Haven't seen a trolley for a while. It's not needed. And Houllier seems to be moved into stoppage time. One minute of it. Heskey. Liverpool supporters all standing, it seemed. And the lowest tier, Manu Petit among the substitutes warming up for Barcelona. Guardiola, see more of the ball than anyone else, sprayed it around, but hasn't found the killer pass. Osho waving his foot a bit high at Rivaldo, the home crowd not liking it. Puyol battles well for it, so does Hupia. This is Cuckoo. Osho gets it out of harm's way. The coach of Barcelona not very happy with life as the referee blows the half-time whistle. And Puyol just feels the back of his neck. Got a little bit of a knock there, but once he heard the half-time whistle, he decided he might as well get up. Good, intelligent refereeing. Cuckoo seems to have hurt his shoulder too. But not much that Barcelona have offered has hurt Liverpool. In fact, precisely nothing.
It's been a poor half from an attacking point of view. Liverpool's game plan has gone very well. They defended in depth, nullified Barcelona. Rivaldo, Kluivert, Overmars, Luis Enrique have all really gone deeper and deeper. That sort of challenge really deep has really nullified any of the movement that we normally see from Barcelona. So at the moment, I think I'm sure Gerard Houllier will be very pleased in the dressing room.
So not too many thrills, but a satisfactory position for Liverpool. The half-time score is Barcelona 0, Liverpool 0.
There you go. Told you it was going to be good. Exciting first half.
I'm glad there's 45 minutes to go. Every time we give it the big build-up, the big hit falls flat. Liverpool have played well defensively. The two centre-backs again, they've been excellent. People just in front have closed down, they've tackled well. You know, Westervel's not had anything to do. And I suppose if you're coming here and doing that, then you're doing something right. But as a spectacle, not a bit of entertainment whatsoever.
And you know, I think Heskey, everyone can see from the pictures that Heskey's virtually playing left side in midfield. He's doing a good job in there, and basically it's a bank of five in front of the back four, and it's you shall not pass. And I think the good thing that Liverpool haven't done, they haven't conceded any free kicks, you know, 20-25 yards out, obviously giving Rivaldo any chances, and I think it's a job well done so far.
Barcelona have been disappointing. I mean, the amount of space Luis Enrique is getting the right hand side, the way the flat back four works, Carragher's committed to coming inside. Luis Enrique's getting tons and tons of space there, but they're not using them.
It's a fascinating game of chess.
Yeah, well,
we've just put the pieces away.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I mean, we talked, you know, about Rivaldo at the start of the game, and you know what a top player is. He's getting deeper and deeper and deeper. He's even picking the ball up in the centre circle. So that's telling you exactly what Liverpool are doing is absolutely correct. You know, they can't afford to come out here and leave themselves open because they'll get picked up.
The only thing is, we've seen on occasions Liverpool be quite productive on the counter-attack, but
not enough
Michael is very isolated though, isn't
It's a hard position to play that up there in his own. I mean, he's not getting a kick of the ball, but as Trevor said, they've not had enough possession, they've not kept to hold it. It's like backs to the wall, they're kicking out, and Barcelona coming back in. But again, you point to the fact that Barcelona are not committing men forward, and that's why, for me, they're so disappointing. You watch the Spanish football, like they're going forward in waves. Maybe they're scared of Liverpool, but I don't know about that.
No, I think it's a thankless task as well for Michael Owen. You know, he's basically up there on his own. He's chasing the fullbacks. He's trying to get in between the two centre halves. Then he's trying to get himself in a position to get the ball. But the ball, unfortunately, has never come through to him. And there are sometimes, as a forward away from home, you've just got to sacrifice yourself.
First half in Rome, never got a kick. Scored 2 goals first 10 minutes.
Might happen again, but I mean,
we hope.
Liverpool had one attack.
And it was a great attack.
Well, we might as well have a look at it.
It's a good run by Berger. I tell you what, this is a fantastic ball into the box, difficult to defend against.
Do you think that's a good ball? Because I think he should look up and see
well,
that
no,
there's nobody there.
I think if the supporters there, I think if you're a centre forward and you're up with the play, then if you watch Michael Owen, he ain't exactly sprinting.
No, he's not.
You know, he's sort of jogging along, and then he thinks, hey, I'm going now. That's a fantastic ball.
It's a great ball if there's somebody there, but there's no, you know, surely he's got to have a look up there and see that.
But that's the case in point, Gary, is the fact that he's had no service, and you could see his movement when Berger got the ball. He thought, is he going to knock it in, or is he not going to bother? He thought, well,
is it worth running?
Exactly. Well, that's the problem you face.
And that's the problem. You stop moving as a centre forward. The centre forward stops moving because he thinks there's no point moving because he ain't going to get it, and then that causes you problems defensively.
Okay, now one player we picked out before the game was Rivaldo. We expected a little bit special from him. There's been glimpses, but no more than that.
Yeah, I mean, we said he was the best player in the world. He hasn't produced that, but this is a great ball into Overmars. And this was right at the start of the match. You'd think, you know, this is a sign of things to come. He has the party tricks, he's had the flicks, but it just hasn't come off for him.
I think you've got to give Liverpool credit, because what they have done is they've closed him down and they stayed on the feet. No one's gone to ground when he's had the ball.
This is a great cushion head.
Yeah, it is. They're just shuffling him across all the time, and they're just making it extremely difficult. Listen, you just know what he's going to do here.
You can't get a bet he's going to come inside here.
Everybody in the stadium
does it so well.
Just a poor finish,
again,
right foot.
Never been a player, I suppose.
Yeah. Not in the first half, anyway.
But we know that. I mean, Barcelona must push forward in the second half.
Hey, they started to whistle as well, which is, you know what it's like here.
Yeah.
What
are you trying to say?
Well, they used to whistle you from the first minute, but at least they're waiting for 30.
They take a lot of satisfying here, because I mean, they're used to great performances, great players. They sit down and they want to be entertained. They're not happy. You can see them now. We might even see the old famous Los Pañuelos Blancos, the old white handkerchiefs in the second half, because they're having a bad
They should have been after 10 minutes, the way they played. But it's been so disappointing from a Barcelona point of view. But if you're Liverpool, you're happy. I mean, they're in the dressing room at the minute. Hooley's saying
more of the
accolades. It's well done. You've defended well. The two centre backs have been prominent. As Laura said, they've stayed on their feet. They haven't given them any chances. And what he'll say is, same again the second half.
Okay, well, we'll find out what happens then. But let's bring you up to date with the other UEFA Cup semi-final between Alaves and Kaiserslautern. It's good news for the other Spanish side.
This is the worst decision I've ever seen in my life anywhere. How can you give a penalty kick for that?
That was a foul on, or not a foul really, on Jordi Cruyff there.
But, well, there's minimal contact, absolutely minimal contact.
It's a good penalty kick.
The ball was knocked away by Contra, that was. Controversial penalty. Really bad one.
This is schoolboy stuff as well. Strata here, I don't know what, first left foot comes out, right foot, absolutely crazy. Then the hands come up. Can't believe he's given the penalty kick, but
well, there's no argument there, because he's definitely made contact. But you know, just after you conceded the first one, which wasn't, and then to go to concede the second one, and you start to fall apart. That's the problem.
And then just before half time, because it is half time there as well, Jordi Cruyff gets a goal from a free kick.
Decent ball in, good finish. And it looks like that tie's all over.
Yeah, so there you go, 3-0 to Alaves in that one. So
there was goals there as well.
So we should have been in Alaves.
Perhaps we should have been there. Now, Alaves are one of 5 Spanish clubs still competing in Europe this season. And following their domination of last year's Champions League, the Primera Liga seems like the place to be. I'm delighted to say that joining Alan and Mark now, we've got another Liverpool legend and a man who's got plenty of experience of Spanish football as well. He's coached here for many years. John Toshak, welcome.
Thank you.
John, do you think the Spanish league now is perhaps the strongest in Europe?
Well, I did before tonight, yeah.
Not in that performance.
And before last night as well.
Thriller.
But I have to think again after tonight. No, I think over the last couple of seasons, probably it is, yeah.
What is it about Spanish football? Why the re-emergence? I mean, they've always had two big clubs, but I mean, teams like Alaves, I mean, they're ninth in the Spanish league, yet they look like they're going to get to the final.
Alaves is a real fairy story, you know, what's happened there. But I think a lot of the top foreign players have come here now. The national side isn't really a true reflection of the league at the moment. A lot of top foreign players have come here. A lot of top foreign coaches, some of them very good, some of them not so good. But over the last couple of years, I think even overtaking the Italian league now as well.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen a lot of obviously Spanish football and English football as well. How would you compare the two leagues?
Well, but up until recently, I honestly thought the Spanish league was a little bit higher, especially football-wise, you know. But I mean, what Leeds United in particular have done this year, you know, surprised me a little bit. I think, you know, Manchester United over the last few years, Arsenal, but I must say I'm disappointed in this evening's game. Even Liverpool, don't think they've had an easier match all season than having this evening, and Barcelona.
It's not the true Barcelona, though, is it?
No, well, Barcelona, I think they're so worried about the defence they've got out this evening, you know, and the away goal. They're frightened even to push forward. The four players at the back are staying with Owen. They've no. The play is very horizontal, isn't it? They need to step up a gear if they want to win this one, I think. And Liverpool, very, very comfortable.
Alan, do you think it's time to say that the Spanish league is perhaps the strongest in Europe, or a bit premature?
Well, I think it's in cycles, isn't it? We had Real Madrid first that dominated, then we had Ajax, Bayern Munich, then the English clubs, then it was AC Milan. Is it time for Real Madrid again?
Yeah,
I think that, like Tosh said, they've got the best players. But when you're talking about domination, you're talking about winning 5 out of 6. I mean, the English clubs won, I think it was 6 in the trot, 7 and 8. That is real domination.
I think technically it's the best league. I think most of the managers across Europe would admit to that.
And are the Italians even on that?
I think at the moment, yes. I think most definitely, and it's definitely. I think re-emergence is probably the right word.
I think you can only gauge how strong your domestic product is by European football. And last year the Spanish had 3 in the last 4 Champions League. This year 3 in the last 8. 2 finalists last year. That speaks for itself, really.
I think we could, although it's early, there could be a Champions League final Spanish sides again, and also UEFA Cup.
Yeah, possibility.
Final Spanish sides again. I mean, 3 teams in the semi-finals last year. Again this year, I think that speaks very, very highly of the league.
No, it's actually quite surprising that it's the only team that have won here in the Camp Nou before was actually Liverpool 25 years ago, and you probably remember that, John, won't you?
Yeah, I remember, especially the goal.
Yeah, well, here it is, look, it's in black and white.
Actually, it's not only is it black and white, it was a bit slower than we looked at. They used to say Tossi's deceptive, he's slower than he looks.
Yeah. We actually speeded that up for him.
We played him white that night as well.
That was 76, you were 35 then.
That's right, we won the UEFA Cup that year.
You did win it.
It's like all our yesterdays.
Yeah, but no, I think if Liverpool went at Barcelona a little bit more this evening, I think that they could even finish the tie off here.
I don't think they'll do not a chance. They'll same game plan, they'll just sit back. The onus is on Barcelona to come out and attack them.
Yeah, and I think that you know, people like Luis Enrique, Rivaldo, Overmars, Kluivert, if you're a coach, you'd expect a little bit more from them, especially semi-final UEFA Cup like this. They've no chance of winning the league now. So
can they change
really
it, Barcelona?
Well, the thing is, they're used to playing this kind of game at home with teams defending, you know, but they're patient, and then Rivaldo or Kluivert, in a moment they can just do something.
That's right. There's no great pace about it.
No zip. There's no.
It's like almost pedestrian when they're getting it, they're passing it, getting it back. There's no urgency.
Yeah, you like to say that there's a lot of respect out there, one side for the other and the other side, but I think with the players that are out on the field, you would expect a little bit more.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us, John. We better get out there. Almost going to kick off for the second half. Let's hope it improves. Here's Trevor and Barry.
Oh, how nice to see John Toshak there. Partnership with Kevin Keegan. So productive for Liverpool in his day. But Liverpool in the year 2001. Will be pretty happy with the first half. This man has been kept reasonably quiet and not too much stress for Sammy Hooper and company. Liverpool, this is the first of 6 matches in 15 days. But they haven't had to exert themselves too onerously in the first 45 minutes. If you've joined us late, it's 0-0, and if I'm to be honest, you haven't missed that much. But now you've arrived, the whole thing will change.
Shape of both sides hasn't changed. Emma Heskey's just below us on the left-hand side, and it's that 5, that arc across the midfield. Michael Owen, there he is trying to receive possession. He's not got much chance there, and as was said, there are plenty of defenders back for Barcelona. But will they start to take a little bit chance, push the fullbacks on a little bit more, try and get 1 or 2 midfield players going beyond the front 2?
Kaku and Rivaldo. Not enough support for him when the ball went over his head. Luis Enrique had quite a bit of ground to make up. Clivert. Good interception by Anchot. Babel goes again. Hopes he can keep it in play, and he can. Owen thinks about the run. Babel thinks about finding him.
He did well, Babel, didn't he? Good counter-attack, but when he looked up, Michael Owen was his only option. He tried very hard to get a decent ball in there, but again, just crowded out.
Carragher. Sammy Hooper. Murphy. Babel. Again, Owen was the only option, and he was rather less accurate with that attempt than the previous one. And Rivaldo seems to be starting forward of Kluivert in the second half. Clearly, Mr. Ferrer has told him, I want to see you further up the pitch. Comes to collect this time, or tried to.
He'll only stay up there if he gets some decent balls in. If he spends 10 or 15 minutes and he hasn't had many touches, he'll start to drop deep again.
Conversation. De La Peña near his camera. Came back to Barcelona in the summer from Lazio. Appeal for handball. It was right in front of Helmut Klug. Very efficient, very quiet referee. Been on the FIFA list now for 11 years. Osho. Babel. That's 3 excursions into the opposition half in the second half. Good challenge by the Swiss, Anchot. Guardiola. Crowd have picked up the tempo, which rather dragged as half-time approached. A bit more testing, but it's well defended again. Sergi. Overmars. It's not enough pace on the ball. Overmars was on the run, but the pass was never going to beat Marcus Babel.
Did well, actually, Babel. He backed off, didn't he? Overmars turned inside, thinking Babel had come with him, and it create the space for Sergi to overlap, but Babel actually had backtracked, anticipating it. But I think just 1 or 2 sides. Koku it was who challenged for the header in the penalty area. We've just seen Zenden there warming up. There's another wide player. Certainly Got Darni, of course, on the bench. Alfonso, and I mentioned Xavi, a good midfield player. That's Darni there. We've just seen doing some exercise. There are plenty of options, but of course they'd have to take off probably more of a defensive player to introduce something like that.
Question really of how much Mr. Ferrer is prepared to gamble for goals at one end and risk them being conceded at the other.
That's Xavi, the youngster there we just saw. He's a very talented, creative player. I'd like to see him in this arena.
Luis Enrique. Yep. The ball. Carragher. The ball. Yep. Guardiola. Luis Enrique. Come inside. Needed the far player to head it away though. Omar's game. But with no real chance of collecting that.
Luis Enrique coming inside. Liverpool quite happy with that because the diagonal cross then is a much easier one for the defence to deal with. There were at least 3 or 4 Barcelona players who actually had got into the penalty area at least on that occasion, so they might begin to edge extra men forward.
All out by Heskey. Goalkeeper's come for it, claims it well, in spite of a couple of sets of legs that were in danger of being in the way. Sergi, forward to Cuckoo. Didn't get forward enough really in the first half. Rivaldo. Kluivert had gone on. The Rivaldo, it's got to come the other way. Luis Enrique. Just not enough weight, but Cabri gets in. Good defending by Heskey. Somewhat unorthodox in the end, Luis Enrique. Cuckoo. Liverpool's determination comes out over just 1 or 2 moments of hesitancy.
Well, that was the most threatening situation. I thought when Kluivert knocked it into Rivaldo, if he'd have given the return, Kluivert was into space. Rivaldo didn't give it back, tried to set himself up for the shot, so the chance went, and then they lost possession, and Heskey did very well when Gabri won the ball, and again it looked threatening, but they blocked the crosses. Luis Enrique got closed down, and in the end it was cleared comfortably. But just a little bit of a feeling, the crowd can sense it, that Barcelona are stepping it up.
Owen did well. And I think Puyol a little unfortunate to have a free kick given against him. The England manager among the watchers. He's everywhere. Great work for Heskey. His determination even from a semi-prostrate position. De Boer. Overmars. Rivaldo. Four up for the cross. And here's Luis Enrique. Really good block by Carragher. Just flung himself to deny the shot. But listen to the reaction from the crowd.
Yeah, Sergio did well, good cross. I think Hupia it was who just got the first touch, and Luis Enrique just pulled the leg back, but a great block from Carragher.
Guardiola with the corner. Cuckoo hit Babel. Cuckoo again, Kluivert! Well, it was Cuckoo who came forward on the first attack of this Barcelona wave, and he's on the end of trying to set something up then. This was the earlier attack that flicked off the head of Hupia, and the shot from Luis Enrique and the diving clearance by Carragher.
Good defending again, certainly they're getting numbers in there. And again, Cuckoo then over on the back post, got the cross in, and although they got contact at the near post, Oncho put him under pressure and missed the target, but certainly the likes of Kluivert, Rivaldo, certainly beginning to get more support. Cuckoo definitely pushing forward more from the centre of midfield than he did in that first 45 minutes.
He's one of those players with the gift of timing the move forward so that he's not always noticed. Vladimir Smica, it's as though he might be brought into the action.
Possibly for Berger, I would have thought. Patrick Berger just coming back to a full fitness. He's sort of been half and half in midfield, hasn't been able to support Michael Owen, and perhaps Smica might be able to do that a little bit better.
Puyol. First period of sustained attacking by Barcelona. Luis Enrique. Good running by Gabri. Good foot in by Heskey. It's done well tucked in front of Carragher, but of course it denies his other attributes, which one hopes we'll see in a fortnight's time.
Gabri was very sort of clearly an important attacking outlet for Barcelona at the weekend, but Heskey's just stayed with him all the time, but done most of his touches, hasn't he, in defensive situations. I don't think I've ever seen him play so deep, Emil Heskey, but he's done his job up to now.
Gerrard. Quietly effective, nothing in extremis from young Gerrard. Smeets a little closer to the action. Kluivert. No width on this attack. Carragher.
He's got nowhere to go. That's why he's had to put it down there. There was nothing on at all. Michael Owen was the other side of the pitch. He looked up and thought, goodness me, what am I going to do with this?
And the free kick is being given. Although a judge not to have backed in, but also to have fouled him.
It's a long way out, 35 yards, but I don't think that will stop Rivaldo. They certainly haven't given free kicks away. Mark mentioned that at half-time, and I think they'll be looking for them as the game progresses, but this one is quite a long way out, but don't rule it out.
Brazilian sets his sights. Hits the top of the wall. To be more precise, he hit the head of Harmon. Westerveld not tested as he thought he probably would be, but then I think he's been thinking, when is my test to come, right from the start of the match, but so far hasn't arrived. And it's not Berger but Murphy who comes off to be replaced by Vladimir Smica of the Czech Republic.
Danny hasn't sort of had an impact from an attacking point of view, but he's done his job out wide on the right, stopped Sergio coming forward, and Smica not quite so strong defensively, but might be able to get forward that little bit more to give support to Michael Owen.
Is Heskey trying to do that? Guardiola. Cuckoo. Kluivert got himself in front of Arshro. Corner. Guardiola with all the set pieces, save for that shot a few moments ago by Rivaldo. Gabri in front of Westerveld. Guardiola trying to get greater distance this time. Gerrard. Huge enthusiasm of youth, but enthusiasm of youth. Free kick for the push. Little nudge. It's an expression of injured innocence. Referee not too concerned about the injured party. Sergi finally gets to his feet. In the box now for Barcelona. Oh dear. Probably wishes he'd have stayed down for a little bit longer, Sergi.
Well, I thought Guardiola would have a shot himself on his right foot. We saw a terrific free kick he took on the half-time sequence of the Spanish goals, but to knock it square to somebody like Sergio, with the greatest respect, he's not renowned for his shooting ability, and not well received.
Reaction on the bench, very telling. De Boer. Rivaldo. Kluivert well forward. Overmars on the left side. Luis Enrique now in the centre circle. Encouragement for Gabri to get forward if it switched this way. On the near side. There's the other side instead. Harmon. The chairman with a frown in the box, but not too much reason for it. Owen. Osho. Tupia. Carrick. And Emil Heskey arguably further forward than at any stage. To bide his time, use his physique. Guardiola. Good flick on by Luis Enrique. Space in the middle. Space on the left. Sergi. Rivaldo. Really stretched his legs then. And Luis Enrique hits Carragher as he turned.
Again, good defending, knocked it inside. Rivaldo set it up, didn't he? Came in from that left-hand side, spread it to the right, and they looked as if they had an extra man, but Jamie Carragher came back out, and again, a very good defensive block.
Guardiola. Gabri. It's a corner. Five to 2 in corners. Guardiola again. Kluivert on the line with a near post. Rivaldo further back. Head of Heskey. Goal kick. No movement at all on the Barcelona bench. substitute. Free kick for Puyol's foul on Heskey. Heskey. Rivaldo, from deep inside his own half. Hupia. Kluivert. Cordy for coming to collect, but there are better jobs for him than that, and there are better passes to be played than that.
Not usually like Guardiola. Tried to hit very hard to get it to him quick, so as he had a bit of space to go forward, but it was for once off target.
Appeal for the free kick, and the referee says, yes, I'm going to give one, Guardiola, but it's going to be against your team. Challenge on Heskey. And Hupia has gone forward. So maybe this will be a little more serious than the previous free kick, in terms of trying to seek something from it. Harmon. Hupia, no. Oh, I was totally wrong.
Hupia not impressed with the delivery. Having gone all the way up there, he'd at least like to have had a header. And that was a waste.
Puyol. 2 forward for Barcelona. Moncho is with Rivaldo. And Kluivert is between Hupia and Carragher. And Koku comes up to try and find a gap further across. This is Overmars. It's been pretty quiet. And double cover works again. Oh, Schmitzer gives it away. Koku, corner.
Yeah, he went up for the original header. Steven Gerrard made a good interception, went out to Overmars. Schmitzer doubled up, they got possession, then Schmitzer gave it back, and unfortunately now, let's hope they don't get punished from this corner.
And the referee spotted something in the box that he's not happy about. Corner will be taken again. I think Westerveld was unhappy that somebody was invading his territory. And Luis Enrique and he seem to link arms. It's curling in.
As Hupia got the header, Westerveld came with his arms, didn't get there, but at least he got away.
Puyol. Sergi. Rivaldo. Koku. Hit it very cleanly.
He hit it pretty well considering he lost his footing. Good little cushioned layback there by Rivaldo, waited to be hit. Just fell back, didn't he? And again, I think Westerveld was across and always knew it was going wide.
Rivaldo again, the furthest forward. Just inside the box now. Everybody able to leave it.
Didn't want the high pass. Actually, Kluivert made quite a good run. He had a little reverse ball through, and Liverpool going now into nearly just 20 minutes. They'll be absolutely delighted with the goal that's drawn. The onus is on Barcelona. Can they change the the shape of their side? Can they bring on the extra attacker? I mean, at the moment, they're still playing that very rigid four at the back, and quite often it's only Michael Owen that they've got to mark. And at some stage, you'd think they'd like to be a bit more positive. Perhaps they're happy with the 0-0 and believe they can score away from home and get what's necessary. That looks as if Zenden might be about to strip off.
Dutch international. Wide player, Enrique. Pass was actually made for him by the Liverpool player, Rivaldo. Good running by Sergi, beautiful pass from Rivaldo. 3 for the cross, Kluivert doesn't get there because Hancho intercepted well.
Back four has done very well in the second half because Barcelona have tried to step up a gear. They've tried to put extra men forward, but the back four of Liverpool have been excellent.
And Trevor, amongst all the debate about the squad system, Gerard Houllier hasn't changed the back four very often.
Hardly at all, and particularly in Europe, it's been very solid.
Guardiola starts Barcelona off again. Nice fluid turn by Kluivert that produces the free kick. And Zenden waits his moment. And they're not too happy that it's changing like for like. Overmars comes off. And Boudewijn Zenden, his fellow Dutchman, replaces him. So one left winger for another left winger.
Well, I can understand the frustration. Overmars hasn't done great as another change, but and it's Luis Enrique.
And needs to be replaced by your friend Xavi.
Yeah, I hope they play Xavi on the centre though. Luis Enrique's been out wide on the right, and Xavi's a creative central midfielder rather than being stuck up wide. Let's see who shoves out to the right here.
I think Liverpool were hoping just the opposite of what you just said. Owen waiting to go, and Xavi's foot helped him out a bit. He's done well to hold it up. Free kick against Patrick Berger.
I told you Xavi was a good creative player. He's really set up a chance for Liverpool, and Robbie Fowler's coming into the fray. Probably a straight swap. Yes, the lights come up. Michael Owen, and I mean he's battled very hard, done a lot of running, and without little reward or support. It's just one of those games, as I think we've said, he's been sacrificed, and Robbie Fowler comes on.
So again, straight swap. And Fowler required to work as hard as Owen did. 150th game on Saturday. Owen lasted just 2 minutes, last 2 minutes of the match. Here is Xavi, who has replaced Luis Enrique. Xavi, 21 years old. He's debuting the side at 18. And, much hope from him. Not only now, but in the future for his country as well as his club. This is Vladimir Smica. In early, and Fowler! Flag stayed down, and Owen must be thinking, well, no chance like that ever came to me.
Smica did very, very well down the right. He held it up, knocked it into Gerrard. It was a terrific first-time cross. Just a bit unfortunate. Robbie Fowler got in there early, had to wait for it, and it just bounced in front of him, and it's very, very difficult to get the time in. We've only just come on, and he didn't head it properly. But that was a good counter-attack and good early ball from Gerrard.
Zenden. No foul, says the referee. And Mr. Krug, not of great vintage as far as the Barcelona crowd is concerned.
As far as Barcelona's shape, Zenden has been a straight swap on the left for Overmars, and Xavi has tended just to push up closer to Kluivert, but no one's on the right.
And here is Kluivert with Rivaldo coming in. It's the best run by the Dutchman. And off the legs of Westerveld, got himself into trouble. A free kick has been given. A little bit fortunate, the goalkeeper. But a really good run by Patrick Kluivert.
Hoopier does well here. Look, actually Kluivert, lucky he didn't get a touch. I've seen a few forwards go down in those situations. I'm not sure that's a foul, but you know, Liverpool again have defended well. They've got numbers in there. Westerveld made the first block, and then he just couldn't jump up to get it. But I think Liverpool have done very well in this second half, because Barcelona have probed and tested them more, but they have done well, and when they've needed to defend, they have.
And Smica finds Heskey. Smica certainly has offered a little more an attacking style down that side than Danny Murphy was able to do.
I think he likes to run with the ball, Smica, doesn't he? He can twist and turn and hold it up while people do join. That was the problem. Liverpool couldn't seem to find anyone who could do a bit on the ball while they were coming out of defence.
Guardiola. Xavi. Zenden. Two substitutes linking together. Away by Harman. Heskey. Held it up well. And the goalkeeper quick to see the danger.
Comes off his line well, Rayner. That was another good break. Certainly Robbie Fowler has come on playing on this left-hand side, and Emil Heskey through the middle, held that up well, released Fowler, and just couldn't quite get on the end of it. But one or two little threats coming now from Liverpool.
Kluivert. Zenden. Struggled to get into the side often these days. Zenden. Cuckoo. Rivaldo. Bit short. Heskey and Puyol. Foul by Puyol.
Well played, Emil Heskey. Ball just down the line. He always kept his body in front of Puyol. Puyol tried to come through him, and won a valuable free kick, and the old seconds ticking away.
And Pereira comes to the edge of his area for the first time. The coach was head of the youth side of the club, and it's said that he will return to it at the end of this season. All sorts of big names mentioned. One of them, of course, has ruled himself out, Arsene Wenger. It's said that Barcelona very much wanted him. Kluivert, good challenge on show. De Boer. Cuckoo. Guardiola available. Ball forward of him. Kluivert. Just pushed into the space the front man required to run, and as the pass was made by the front man, as it were, Robbie Fowler, deep in his own defence, there was no one there until Heskey arrived briefly. Xavi, Cuckoo, good run by Kluivert. Ball wasn't really played into his stride, but he at least had a crack, but was well wide.
Just good forward pass from Xavi, and was played then eventually to Kluivert, who came back on his favoured right foot, tried to set himself up with a shooting opportunity, which he did, but lost his balance, got underneath it, and again didn't get it on target.
Well, a debate going on the Liverpool bench, and if you have anything you wish to debate, that's our website. We'd be happy to hear your views. Here's De Boer. Zenden. Cuckoo. Rivaldo's pulled out to the right. Gabri. Here's the Brazilian. Xavi. Fowler. Keeping possession was more important than trying to play Smitsa in. Carragher. Inside the last 10 minutes. And Rivaldo trying to set himself up, gave Hyypiä the chance. Guardiola. More open game now. Steven Gerrard chasing forward. Putting Gabri under pressure. Guardiola. Five forward for Barcelona. Played in early, absolute gift for Westerveld. Liverpool poised to make their final substitution. Heskey. Nobody there.
I thought he was going to do very well. He carried it and he's going to just play for the throw-in and go towards the corner, but then knocked it across when nobody was there, and again ceded possession unnecessarily there.
Rivaldo. Almost for Kluivert, and in the end for nobody because Zenden, I think, expected Kluivert to get possession. Here is Gary McAllister getting another taste of European competition. What a shrewd buy he's proved to be. It's Patrick Berger who will be replaced.
He's worked hard, Patrick Berger. He's working his way back to fitness, been out a long while, and so the match would have done him a lot of good, even though he didn't have much joy attack-wise. As I say, he's working his way back to fitness, and I'm sure Gary McAllister delighted to get on. And 36, I think he can cope with 7 or 8 minutes.
Heskey. McAllister. Supporters counting down the seconds and getting ready for their second semi-final of the week. For the weekend at Villa Park, of course, against Wycombe Wanderers. Bit of a contrast, Barcelona to Birmingham. And a different style of game, I suspect. Carragher with a chance of a long-ish throw. Heskey. Stays in play. Guardiola. 6 minutes left for Barcelona if they're to take something from their home leg. 6 minutes left for Liverpool to deny them precisely that. To maintain their fine form away from home. Barcelona free kick. Only defeat in this UEFA Cup run came on home soil at Anfield. Second leg against Roma. Here's Kluivert. Zenden. Xavi waits in the middle, so does Rivaldo. It's a throw down by the corner flag. metre to retire the required number of yards. Kluivert, Hoopier gives it straight back to Kluivert, Rivaldo, and an attempt to place the ball wasn't successful by Xavi.
Actually, Westerveld read it well. When it was knocked back, you could see Xavi line up on his right foot. It's headed back to Kluivert. Rivaldo knocks it cleverly, but watch Westerveld. Look, he just makes the space to see the ball. Then once he's seen it, he's moving in the right direction, and he actually makes a fairly comfortable save, but it was his movement with his feet that got him in a good position.
Yes, he's had very little to do. Oh, the first fractious moment of the contest. Crowd joining in, Guardiola and Fowler. And I think it was the Liverpool captain who's been shown the yellow card. Well, it's a clear lead with the elbow by Puyol. Whether Fowler made some observation.
Well, I think it was just the fact he got hold of his legs and the referee spotted that, but definitely Puyol led with the arm, and if the referee had spotted that, then he might have got more than a yellow card, but he's got away with nothing, and Fowler, for reaction, has picked up the yellow.
Crowd anticipating the fact that there are more attackers than defenders very briefly, but not now. Fowler's first yellow card of the competition, incidentally. Space on the right for Gabri. 4 in the middle. It's corner.
Bit unlucky there, Jamie Carragher, because he did well. He blocked him off, and he thought he'd dummied Gabri to toe end it out himself, but he just hit his feet in it at the last minute to concede the corner.
And Westerveld asking the referee to delay things while he does up his boot, and the referee is prepared to do that. And a nice bit of help coming from Steven Gerrard. Guardiola takes, too short. And Fowler back in defence, has to work hard at it. At his moments this season, defending hasn't been great. Gerrard got a little bit of knock in the face, he's claiming, but the free kick is the other way. Taken quickly, here's Cuckoo. And the yellow card is shown to Zenden for that challenge.
Well, he should complain to Cuckoo, who's mumbling to himself, because that was a dreadful pass to Zenden, who then has got to go for it, always knowing he's going to be second to it, and concedes the foul and picks up a yellow card. Says thanks very much to Cuckoo, his teammate.
Two beginning to leave their seats. Very disappointed that Barcelona have not shown the sort of form which most people thought would be a test for Liverpool, but much of that is because Liverpool have prevented them from doing so. Gerard Houllier certainly isn't one for counting chickens, but he's got to feel fairly confident of the final outcome of 2 matches so far. Barcelona have not suggested that they're a team of the style they used to be, and the Liverpool supporters celebrating the performance.
Well, it's an excellent result. Let's be fair, as a spectacle, it's been poor and disappointing. It's almost been the lull before the storm, I just think. Liverpool have defended well. Barcelona have been overcautious. I do think they'll be very dangerous from a point of view of attacking and getting an away goal. So the second leg should be much, much better, but I still think the actual balance of the tie is very, very even. Although Liverpool, I'm sure, are delighted to keep it goalless, it's still a risky second leg tactic, and we'll never know until that second leg whether it was a wise decision just to be cautious and not go for an away goal themselves.
story of the goal attempts and how few occasions Westerveld has been called into action, but one very good save. Sort of looking rightly said, because he used his feet first. Barcelona corner. And it's stoppage time being played now. Haven't actually seen the ball yet. Away by Hoopier. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Too strong. Babel has to be careful there. Bides his time. And does his job. Comes to De Boer, who somebody who has no interest in either side. Probably find that name is a pretty fair summary of the game. But Liverpool have served themselves and their country well. Barcelona have been a disappointment to the home supporters.
And I don't think they deserve to get a late winner. Liverpool defended very well. That back four played their part. Certainly covering midfield's been excellent, primarily the five normally. And as I say, Barcelona haven't pushed enough men forward or showed enough subtlety to warrant the victory. So 0-0 at the end of the first leg. I think game plan is very good, and but I expect a much better attacking game from both sides in the second.
We hope. Smica. Steven Gerrard shot in the end, which was enough to worry the young goalkeeper, who hasn't had a save to make. Guardiola. Now wanting him to get it forward quickly. So he came from an offside position. Here's Rivaldo. It isn't going to count. He was in an offside position, Kluivert.
There was Kluivert initially coming out, then just touched it onto Rivaldo. Rivaldo was onside, but just hooked on, and he's comfortably offside. And it's not as if he's not involved, because he gets the header, and then all this is academic.
Westerveld in no hurry to take what may well be the last Liverpool clearance of the contest. Won by Puyol. De Boer. Sergi. Rivaldo. Shooting boots have been left at home tonight, and the final outcome is 0-0. And Liverpool will be pretty happy with that, and they deserve to be.
Well, bad game, great result for Liverpool.
Yeah, to say it was dull would be an understatement, but it was a good result for Liverpool. And you see it time and time again. If you get two lines of four, in this case it was a 4 and a 5. You get them in position, very difficult to break down. The back four were absolutely magnificent. Two centre-backs and Babel were terrific, but for me the man of the match was Carragher, playing at left-back, outstanding.
Well, he's committed to the cause, wasn't he? And it's a great thing about him. You know, they were very, very professional in everything they did tonight, Liverpool, defensively. And we talked before about, you know, Michael Owen up front, sacrifice. Well, this fella, just get in the way of it. It's the most important thing. Doesn't matter what part it catches on you. You know, the cross comes in from Sergi.
Spoke at half-time about Carragher getting sucked in,
yeah.
But how quick he is across the ground that he blocked that. Absolutely fantastic.
And again
watching
here.
him stand, been impressed tonight.
I think you can't fail to be impressed by Carragher, Gary. You know, I mean, but the thing is for Liverpool now, that's Porto, Roma, and Barcelona away, not conceded a goal.
Yeah, so
we said at the start it was 11 key men, and it was a team performance, because even Michael Owen worked his socks off. Anybody that came on worked hard, the midfield worked hard, but overall it was a great defensive performance.
And they restricted them to hardly any chances. Kluivert had a sniff.
Yeah. But Honcho does exceptionally well again to block Clivert down.
And this is Jarvis' chance, which was the only shot on target in the whole game. It's volumes for it.
Westerveld read it as well, didn't he? He'd already started to move, but that just shows you how well Liverpool did their job. You know, restricting Barcelona to those chances. They were excellent defensively today, to a man, marvellous.
Not much up front, but the one tiny chance fell to Fowler.
Well, he just come on.
Second touch, I think, wasn't it?
Touch, and again, it's Gerrard. What a ball, and this is. Switzer takes it to the right-hand side. Gerrard cuts in, and he hits it first time. It's a great ball, and I think Robbie's just in there too early. And as I say, he just come on the pitch. But it was all about the defensive play at Liverpool today.
OK, let's get a view from one of Liverpool's heroic defenders, Sammy Hyypiä, who's with Ray Stubbs.
Sammy, great team performance. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
What was your view of the way you played tonight here?
Yeah, I think we worked very hard defensively, and they pushed us back a little bit, and they hold the ball and we defended. So, but I'm not satisfied is when we get the ball, then we could have played a little bit more.
Now, what an atmosphere there's going to be at Anfield now.
Yeah, this is a good result, 0-0 at away. So now we can win it at Anfield.
Congratulations. Let's hope you finish the job. All the best to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sammy, thank you.
Well, one team who have scored a few goals tonight, Alaves, the other Spanish side left in the competition. They've beaten Kaiserslautern by 5-1, 3 penalties from Alaves and 1 for Kaiserslautern there. Well, it's all set up for the second leg, isn't it?
In a fortnight, there will be goals. I'm telling you.
We keep saying that, though, don't we? But I mean, just an outstanding defensive performance.
It's evenly balanced now.
The problem is when Brookings says there's going to be goals.
Exactly.
There never is. Following this, the news is coming up on BBC One, the US Masters on BBC Two. From all of us here, a very good night.